Alright, this is Everydayishalloween. You're here with Sasak. We're here today with Bronx native.
What's good?
One of the founders of Maudi's. And we're going to talk a little bit about Bronx native and what you guys are all about, what you guys been doing, what you guys are going to do. And we're going to get right into it.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know about Bronx native or never heard of it, they live in the Bronx, they don't have internets, they don't know about Cardi B. Explain a little bit about what Bronx native is about and like how you guys got started. Yeah, just kind of good.
Definitely. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on this show. This is dope, and welcome.
No problem.
Welcome again to our humble shop. So a little bit about Bronx native. We're a brand that embodies what the Bronx truly is. We highlight our home, our communities, our people through art, media, and apparel and events. We have a shop which we utilize as a cultural hub for artists, creatives, entrepreneurs to utilize and have a platform to express themselves and all that good stuff. And yeah, just trying to put the Bronx on the map, trying to change perspectives, trying to change the narrative that people perceive the Bronx to have through art and through whatever we're doing right now on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I mean, so that's definitely, there's a lot in that for sure that you guys are doing.
Definitely.
So like in the beginning, like at what point did like Bronx native realize like Bronx native is needed in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Like at what point did it come to mind?
So that was I know exactly that one night in September of 2015, right? It's almost, because we're in September, so it's almost been, almost anniversary.
Yeah,
Me and my sister were actually looking online for merchandise that represented the Bronx accordingly, right? A brand that utilized the history, the culture, and was also visually appealing, and we really could not find it, right? We couldn't find a hat, we couldn't find a shirt that says the South Bronx, right? We couldn't find any of that. And they were like, this is an issue. This is a problem. How can we find a solution to this, right? How can we utilize our skill sets to change this, right? Because we're like, look at all these other brands, like brands that represent Brooklyn, right? Brands that represent this. They get all the light, they get all the shine, they get all of the love. But what about the Bronx, right? A place that is so flavorful, so much culture, right?
Right.
And we don't have anything. So we're like, we gotta do this. You know what I mean?
And then it kind of just went on from there. And then was it like a slow start? Or was it like you guys kind of
it was kind of a low. It was slow, but it was not slow, right? It was slow because we were new to the whole thing about selling merchandise and kind of building up a brand.
Right.
So that was like something that had to be learned and like, I had to ask questions. I had to say like, okay, how do I do this? So, but we kind of hit the floor running, and after 2017 came about, and we were like, you know what? Boom. Let's go ham, and we went extremely ham, and we've been going ham ever since. But yeah, 2016 was kind of like
just going ham, like just putting out mad shit out.
Going ham is putting out content, quality stuff in a consistent basis, making new merch, going to events, putting our name out there, saying yes to opportunities that came our way. You know what I mean? Just whatever we can do to help the Bronx, to be involved in the Bronx, we were
trying to get your name out there.
Yeah, like whatever we can do, and we went ham, for doing that.
That's awesome. So like since you guys started, like what kind of impact have you guys had in the community? Like I mean, from being like just an apparel to now a shop.
Definitely. One of the important things about this brand was that we wanted to be true to the community, right? We wanted to be a community-based brand. Not only make merchandise to sell, but make merchandise with a mission, right? And an end goal, a call to action, right? Which we've done, right? We utilize merch and apparel as a tool, right, to tackle issues that are going on in the Bronx on a day-to-day basis, right? So we do apparel, we do a lot of media work when it comes to video, photos, social media, and whatever we can do. Like I said, one of the things that we're doing now that help the brand awareness and help us get a message across is the events and having a shop where we could utilize, like I said, as a cultural hub. Excuse me. That was a burp.
That Red Bull.
This Red Bull is kicking in. You know what I mean? Like I said, cultural hub, doing events that you know, when it comes to health, when it comes to inclusivity, when it comes to inequality, when it comes to poverty, right? These are issues that we go through on a day-to-day here in the Bronx. So how can we tackle these issues through merchandise, through art, through creativity, through entrepreneurship, and Bronx Native is combining all of those things to just, you know, go spear all of these problems that we have, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And is this something where like you kind of interact with other like small businesses in the neighborhood that are also tackling these same issues?
Definitely. Yeah, one of the main things that we hold dear to us, you know, is the whole factor of collaboration and teamwork, right?
Right.
We know that we can't do it alone. We have to work together. We have to work in unison, and we do collaborate with a lot of businesses around the area and in the Bronx in general to, you know, further our message, further our goals, and just go ham. Because everyone has an audience, right? Everyone has something to put to the table.
Right.
And when you work in a team, you know, I'm a firm believer in if you want to do great things, you got to have great people by your side, right?
Facts,
So this is why we do what we do, and this is why we're working with everyone and just try to make it happen in a bigger level. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like with that, like it seems like you said, it's a cultural hub. You want to kind of implement different ways that people can use art and media. So how important is it that you guys like cross all platforms?
Yeah.
Like like in the social media realm and in the shop and doing shows?
I just want to tell them something right now. Can you go live? Thanks.
Can you give me your phone?
Yeah, sure, but sorry about that. You're editing this, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, we're across all media platforms.
This is happening right now.
Maximizing. Yeah, so
Maximizing.
yeah, dude. Just started whenever you can. Yeah, so it's super important. You know, I feel like we're living in a world where we have so many resources to our disposal that we can use, one being social media, other being things that when it comes to business, when it comes to art and stuff like that. So, you know, we're living in a time where it's not enough to just do one thing, right? Like, okay, yes, I do this.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people also tell me, like, just do one thing very well and then do the other thing, you know? And to those people, I want to say no, right? I'm not going to be one of those people that only do one thing. I want to do a lot of things, right? I work in different mediums, right? Graphics, media, graphics, video, photography, right? And I want to broadcast Bronx Native and express myself through Bronx Native, through all of these different mediums, right? So I think it's important for us to do social media, to do events, right? To you know, reach the masses and reach the biggest audience that we can, right? Because we do have a target audience, but in the end of the day, our overall audience is the world, right? And in order to captivate the whole world, we need to utilize these different forms of publication or mediums or media and stuff like that to show them what the Bronx is really about and just to make the overall change that we want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I noticed that like you guys recently have the open mic coming up, like this. It just happened last week recently, the first show, and then you have the BX Writers. So how is that going so far? Like having this new thing popping up. Like, has been a good response?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Our first, you know, we started with Bronx Native, but Bronx Native has different branches that we utilize and that we do things through, right? One being BX Writers, another one, a new one called Bronx Native Records, right? And, you know, it's important for, excuse me, the Red Bull.
Shout out to Red Bull.
Shout out to Red Bull, man. I love ya.
Gassy.
Yes, making me gassy. So it's been really good, right? Because BX Writers focuses on Bronx-based writers and like poets and stuff like that, and then Bronx Native Records focuses on recording artists, musicians, and stuff like that, right? And one of our things is just inclusivity and just reaching the masses, right? So us having these different branches allow us to tap into these different communities, these different audiences, and just like make it happen with them, right? We got the open mics every other Tuesday. We have an open mic. We got a lot of musicians and artists that are always hitting us up, like, hey man, I want to perform, blah blah blah. But we're like, okay, what can we do to have a platform? Like I said, we want this to be a platform for them to perform. So a solution for that was to make a bi-weekly open mic series where they can come through and anyone could perform. You know, we just had the first one 2 weeks ago on Tuesday, and it was like amazing, right? To see all the talent, to see everyone from the Bronx just making it happen. Truly, you know, it's beautiful. And then, you know, we got things coming up with BX Riders, with this and that, so, you know, it's pretty dope, yeah.
Yeah, are you guys planning on adding any more branches to that, or so far as like kind of seeing what's out there?
Yeah, we're trying to see what's out there, you know what I mean? Bronx Native already deals with a lot of stuff, like we have the community aspect of Bronx Native, we also have the merch element to it, we got the shop, you know, I am an entrepreneur, we're always looking to grow and move forward. There's that aspect of, you know, there's that thing of like, okay, what are we doing next, right? Are we opening up another spot? What are we going to do in this spot? How are we going to do it? So, you know, that's the entrepreneurship, you know, way of Bronx Native. So, you know, there's different, we're always moving, always trying to expand, so there's a lot of things.
A lot of things to come up. Alright, that's awesome. So what's the like day-to-day like for Bronx Native?
Day-to-day, man.
There's so much stuff.
I just want to tell everyone out there, man, that a lot of people say, man, it gets easier, it's gonna get better. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get easier, right? I'm just, you know, I sometimes I lay awake at night, or I wake up in the morning, I'm like, when the hell is this gonna end? And truthfully, it's never gonna end, right?
Oh, man.
And in order to be, to, you know, to live in the hustle and to live in the grind and to be about it, you need to learn how to love the journey and learn how to love the hustle, because that's the only way you're gonna make it. Yeah, it's extremely busy. I'm extremely busy. Emails, phone calls, meetings, trying to just push the brand as much as I can. But I love it, right? Every day looks different for me because I make my own schedule on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Sometimes I'm in the shop, sometimes I'm in an event, right? Sometimes I'm sitting on my computer doing graphic design. Some days I'm shooting for a series that we're shooting. You know what I mean? So it's like different stuff. We've become event organizers. We've become host of events, you know, shout out Everydayishalloween, they're out here. So you know what I mean? It's just a whole thing, and there's a lot of things because there's also the business element to it, right? Bookkeeping, account, and we gotta finesse the money, blah 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 blah. There's also the creative side of it, like, okay, what are we gonna do next, right? What are we gonna do with the shop, blah blah blah. So you know, it's very exciting because it's not the same thing every day. There's always different things that are coming along. You know what I mean? So it makes it fun, and I love the journey. I always say the journey is the reward, man, and I love the struggle, man, and it's freaking lit, you know what I mean? So
but it's you and like you have like a whole crew, right, as well.
So like I said, you know, we're really big in teamwork and being a team player. Me and my sister are the co-founders, right? But we got some people that work with us, like Josué Cáceres. We also have Edwin Reyes, Kududa here, and then we also have some collaborators. Like we have Emily Castro, which is the director of community outreach, and then other people that we also work with in other levels, like Kevin. He works with us in Bronx Native Records and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? It's just finding the right people, like I said, and just working in unison for the greater goal, and to just push Bronx Native to keep doing great stuff. You know?
Right. So like, since you guys, I feel like you guys are like pretty successful so far with the brand and everything.
We try.
So what would you suggest to like young entrepreneurs from the Bronx who also want to start their own business in the Bronx?
First of all, figure out what you love, right? What do you want to do for the rest of your life, or what do you want to do at this moment, right? Because it has to be something that you love and that you feel passionate about, right? If you're not passionate about it and not motivated, you're just going to hate your life and be tight all the time. So that's the first thing, right? Figure out what you love. Second thing, how do I do what I love, right? Some people, I want to do this. Maybe the way to go about it is, okay, go to school, learn your craft, and then do it up. Or learn, you know, like I said, we have all the resources in this time and age to do what we need to do. So they could just learn online or whatever, right? But whatever it takes to learn, how do I do what I want to do? And then third, just do it, man. Everything starts with that first initial step, right? It might seem daunting or like super, like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But figure it out. Ask questions. For me, like, when I started Bronx Native, the first thing I did was legit do research and ask questions, right? Who do I know in my circle that has a brand already, right? Boom. How do you do shipping? What website do you use? What I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Logistical stuff. Like, it could be the smallest thing, but just definitely figure it out and then just do it. And then, like I said, man, just grind. Just put in the work, man. Don't stop. It's a day-to-day job, man. You know what I mean? If you really want to 24/7, just remember that, man. The grind don't stop. And you better be ready for that, because, like I said, it does. It's gonna get busier. The more it grows, the more
it doesn't get easier.
It doesn't get easier. I'm gonna keep it a bug. Everyone's like, that's like a phrase. Like, it gets better. Like, everything is gonna. Nah, bro, I don't think so, dude. It's not.
Like, nah, bro.
Like, somebody the other day texted me, like, yo, bro, you didn't come to this. I was like, I just went, like, mad, like, existentialist, like, on him. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bug, bro. I don't know what it is, but I thought life would get easier. But it's like a random guy. It's like a random guy. Like, but it's actually not. It gets harder. And then he's like, Def, bro, Def, I feel you. But that's the truth. It's like, you got, and then it's just funny because he's just a random guy. Like, if he was like a cool guy, like someone that I know, like, okay, like, but he's like, I texted that to a random guy who I don't even know. And he's like, damn, I feel you, man. It's fine, man. You don't got to come to the journey anymore. But you know what I mean?
What does this mean?
Yeah, like, what are you trying to tell me? Like,
what is life?
Read between the lines. Nah. But, it's all part of the journey, like I said. And just, you get what you put in the end of the day. So work hard and you'll get that in return, definitely, Yeah.
But the reward is something that it's worth the reward, the hustle, the process.
It's definitely worth it. Me, I'm a person who was constantly looking for fulfillment and constantly want to feel accomplished, right? And me working through Bronx Native and doing this, helps me feel accomplished, and like I'm doing stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like to excuse me. Right. So in the end, you know what I mean. If I go to sleep in the night and I get nothing done that day, I'm gonna be tight. Like, damn, I bummed it. And I'm gonna wake up tight too. Like, damn, like, what am I doing, bro? For me, a great day is when I get work done and I make it happen, and I'm like, but it was a good day. I got work done. I'm gonna sleep for a couple hours or not sleep at all, and get back on the grind the next day. You know what I mean? And just work even harder. So yeah,
it's like fulfilling for you to do that.
It's fulfilling, yeah. And I'm sure it's fulfilling for any entrepreneur out there who's working on their craft and doing their stuff. Like, every time they, every step you take, you feel like happy. Like, yo, I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Right. You reap the rewards, basically. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it for the interview. I want to say thanks for having us in your shop. You guys should definitely stop by here in the Bronx, Lincoln Avenue, building number 127.
127 Lincoln Avenue,
Yeah.
Buggy Down Bronx out here, Bronx Native. Check us out on social media at The Bronx Native on all platforms, and our website is bronxnative.com. Thank you so much for having me out here, and we need you guys again to throw a banging party. Because you guys throw the craziest joints, and it's freaking dope. Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, you already know what it is. Every day is Halloween. Sack here in the squad.
Squad!
Right. Yeah. Alright.